With the Rogue Prince of Persia's 1.0 release fast approaching, the game has transformed dramatically since its early access debut, thanks to a stream of substantial updates. Beginning as a promising but barebones experience, the Rogue Prince of Persia now looks poised to win over players and critics alike. Here are 15 things to know before diving into this roguelite adventure. What is it? Imagine a 2D side-scroller with the platforming flair, the cel-shaded art style and combat depth and gameplay loop of Dead Cells, and you've got the idea of the Rogue Prince of Persia nailed. Evil Empire are developing this one, and their pedigree in the genre is shining throughout the Rogue Prince's recent gameplay footage. Does it have a story? Whilst the Rogue Prince's stylish combat provides the game's main hook, there's still a narrative foundation supporting the action. According to the game's Steam page, the adventure begins with the prince awakening in an oasis outside of Persia's capital city, where a furious battle with magic-wielding invaders rages on. Racing to halt the bloodshed, the prince uncovers new paths, meets allies, and unlocks knowledge, the hallmarks of roguelike non-linear design. Every death sends the prince back to the oasis, ready to go again. The Medallion System. The Medallion System in the Rogue Prince of Persia offers a suite of unique abilities and powerful buffs to add strategic depth to every run. Found via blueprints, completing challenges, and purchasing from Pachi in the Oasis hub, the prince can equip up to 4 medallions simultaneously. Everything from increasing weapon damage to launching elemental attacks and energy restoration is covered, with medallions upgradable if all slots are full. Choice and arrangement are crucial here. Medallion effects magnify as the prince collects more, encouraging unique synergy-focused builds and playstyles. Traversal. The Rogue Prince of Persia heavily emphasizes fluid, fast-paced acrobatic traversal. The Rogue Prince runs along walls, vaults, barricades, and enemies, grand parapets, and slides down poles, all while sprinting, dashing, jumping, and somersaulting in a precise moveset that is seamlessly integrated into both exploration and the combat. Combat. Fluid movement and the medallion system's strategic depth coalesce into a dance of rapid-fire melee and acrobatic parkour in the Rogue Prince of Persia's combat. The prince wields a primary weapon, swords, daggers, axes, and the like, with support from a ranged option including bows and chakrams. Each weapon in the prince's arsenal is upgradable, and features unique combo abilities and opportunities. The game's central movement expands during combat to encompass kicks, stomps, and the aforementioned vaults, which can stun or reposition enemies. Leaving early access. The Rogue Prince of Persia 1.0 is set to launch in August 2025, bringing its early access period to a close. Emerging on Steam back in May 2024, the game debuted as an intriguing but under-realized roguelite, elevated by its stylish combat. Evil Empire has been grafting away since then, doubling the game's content through a string of sizable updates. Now, on the cusp of its 1.0 release, the Rogue Prince of Persia is wholly unrecognizable from the barebones experience players first encountered. Platforms and PC requirements. Throughout its early access period, the Rogue Prince of Persia has been PC exclusive, and so far its 1.0 release has been confirmed for PC only. Evil Empire, via an update on Steam, has implied that information surrounding a console release is coming soon. There's expectation PlayStation, Xbox, and Switch versions will be released, but the timeframe, or indeed official confirmation, isn't here yet. For now, minimum PC requirements are, as per the Rogue Prince's Steam page, details Intel Core i5-4460 or AMD Ryzen 3 1200 3.2 GHz processors, NVIDIA GeForce GTX 950 or AMD RX 550 XT GPUs, 8GB of RAM, and 5GB of storage. June update. From here on, we'll outline the content that was added via the Rogue Prince's more substantial early access updates. Coming in June 2024 was a new biome, new traps, new weapons, new enemies, and the addition of meta progression. The latter introduced the ability to spend spirit glimmers on permanent upgrades towards things like maximum health, attack damage, potion retention, and more. Warrior's Ascension, August 24. The primary focus of the Warrior's Ascension update was to improve the roguelike gameplay loop. Introduced in this August 2024 update was a string of difficulty modifiers, dubbed the Awakening, which combine as they unlock to progressively increase the game's challenge. Also, new skills were added to the skill tree, a new currency, Corrupted Blood, arrived, a new knife-throwing enemy, and refinements to the prince's kick animations, including a thoroughly satisfying projectile reflect. Weapons Within, September 24. Tripling the arsenal at the Prince's disposal was September 2024's Weapons Within update. In all, 13 new weapons were added, whilst 7 existing weapons were reworked, and the Falcata sword was removed. Bug fixes, skill tree additions, UI and menu tweaks, and gameplay rebalances fleshed out what was already a pretty significant update. Second Act Update, November 2024. Between September and November 2024's updates, Evil Empire added 50 new medallions to the medallion system, but seeing as we've already touched upon those, we're diving straight into the Second Act Update. Here's where 2 new biomes, 2 new bosses, new enemies, save points, and story acts were introduced. The most substantial update so far, Second Act also provided balance tweaks, quality of life improvements, language support, and an overhaul of the game's art style. Forgotten Skins, February 2025. A new skin system with 35 new skins is the headline addition in February 2025's Forgotten Skins update, although truth be told this update included quite the breadth of changes. A new XP system linked to skill points and skill trees made its debut here, alongside a couple of new weapons, a new tool, item rerolls, and further quality of life improvements. The Unleashed Army, April 2025. Elite baddies made their debut in April 2025's The Unleashed Army update. Appearing in every biome after a player's 4th run, elites are bigger, stronger, and harder to take down compared to the normal enemies in the game. Appearing in 6 different guises, the Aura Wrapped elites exhibit specific traits, such as the Gold elite who steals the Prince's gold to become stronger, or the Smoker elite who conceals themselves inside of a gray smog. Power and Fury, May 2025. Here is where builds and synergies were refined to be at their most intuitive and powerful. Medallions were overhauled, their effects now easier to understand, and thus how their addition will reshape builds. Traversal controls were revamped here too, fostering a smoother, snappier feel when hurtling over ledges, vaulting, and dashing. Descriptively, Evil Empire outlines reducing a magnetic feel when the Prince slides down poles and sprints across walls. Quality of Life, June 2025. The last of the Rogue Prince of Persia's significant early access updates before 1.0 releases is what the team describe as a quality of life update. Included is the ability to ban items within a certain category of weapon if they don't gel with an intended playstyle. Mini-maps and world maps were updated with new information, tutorials were compended, and high-level story objective reminders were put in place. The quality of life update is intended to leave the game in the best possible place before the final push to August full release. So, what are your thoughts on this? Go ahead and share them in the comments below. And if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and enable all notifications by clicking the bell icon to get new video updates. We upload every day and would really appreciate your support. Thanks for watching.